Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. I hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So, currently the Kenyan University's lecturers or dons, Kenyan University lecturers are on strike. All the public universities, there's no learning taking place, and the students are there. And as usual, the administration through the influence of the government is using all tricks whereby they threaten lecturers to go back to work and all that. Just normal. That's what happens here in Africa. Employers threatening employees with being sacked or fired if they don't go back to work. That's what I'm talking about. Kenyan University Education collapse. Kenyan University Education collapse. Kenyan University Education collapse. The university sector has collapsed from where I see. That's why I'm saying we need to go back to the genesis of the problem. When Moi left power for the young Gen Zs in the year 2002, after NAC Rainbow Coalition, and by the way, if you think of that Rainbow Coalition, can someone use that word these days? I doubt. On the Rainbow Coalition, I hope we knew what that meant. Came into power, it was NAC, they called the Rainbow Coalition, because I think it was the different parties, it was amalgamation of different parties who had come together to kick out the KANU, and the person who was standing on the KANU was our former president Uhuru Kenyatta. He was going against Kibaki, late President Kibaki. So you know what happened? NAC took power, but when they were taking power, Kenya had like a total of, if I'm not wrong, there were around 12 universities, yes. 5 public, 7 private. So today I was just doing research. Me, I like giving you working on facts. Me, I like working on facts. So the universities are over 70. Kenya now has 70 universities, both private and public, over 70. Now, let's analyze the pros and cons of these universities, the numbers. What are the pros and cons? So that's one. The pros is that first of all, there's people can argue there's more access to higher education for many people, more access. And then number two, someone may have more employment for people who have studied to become lecturers, isn't it? And then more research, more graduates, so more knowledge and skills for the young Gen Zs and what have you. Those are the pros. That's supposed to be the pros. And more money to the Kenyan government, because universities, especially private, are supposed to earn taxes to the Kenyan government. That's why they're like businesses. In fact, they're businesses. Now, what are the cons? The cons is that, first of all, there are too many universities going for the same customers. So it means that, first of all, the quality is going down, quality of education, because you have universities which are more money-oriented, profit-oriented, and they are not giving quality to the students. That's why I'm saying there's poor quality education, because people are just about money. When the universities were few, there was quality. Now here the quality is deteriorating. You go to universities, especially public, they're in poor state. The classrooms are in disarray, broken desks, chairs, windows, as if the students don't pay school fees. University education is too expensive. So many students who qualify for public universities are not joining. They don't have the money to pay. Private is another story. Students are fewer because few people can afford to pay for university education in the private institutions, because they are too expensive, these private ones. For the public, also they are expensive for many parents, and the structures, the infrastructure is in poor condition. Sanitation, hostels, very poor. In a public university, you cannot enter the toilets. That one is a no-go zone. So even they're just disaster in waiting in terms of health. I've had private universities even having parties and students getting food poisoning. It was a big story of a big university just the other time. I think it was 2021 after the corona shutdown. Many students were hospitalized. So that's on and on. Those are the cons. And then also it has increased unemployment. Because the thinking was when Mo was in power, becoming a lecturer was a well sought after job because once you enter there, you are pensionable, you are given a house, you are given so many good benefits, insurance. So someone enters the job at 20, retires at 70. Now when many people start doing masters to join university or PhDs, even many of them, there is no job. When that one position, let's say in a department, in a public university becomes open because of natural causes, over 1,000 people apply for the job. And this has been the trend over the years. So it's creating unemployment. You have young men, because the teaching profession is not paying well at primary and secondary, they opt to go and do what? Do their masters, which is good. We need more educated people, PhD, which is very good. But where will they get jobs? We've had people with PhDs hawking things on the streets, isn't it? So that's why I'm saying it's increasing unemployment. And it's not also, universities are not helping Kenya to create jobs, to create good governance. They have been sidelined, isn't it? That's why I'm saying Kenyan University Education collapse. Kenyan University Education collapse, something like that. Education system has collapsed. Kenyan University Education collapse. That's what we're talking about. So now, if you are to analyze the genesis, they have talked about many universities, poor management. So you have a professor. Okay, they are good academicians, but they are very poor managers, administrators. They don't manage things very well. And that's what is bringing all these problems in these universities. That's why they're on strike. They don't know even how to make money. And that's why I'm always talking about the Kenyan University Education collapse. Because if they cannot generate money from themselves, how can they survive? So me, I'm saying the next 10 years, majority of universities in Kenya, both private and public, will close down. And the reason is very simple. You see, if you have an entity and then you have primed it to be profit making, and it's not making profit. A good example is Uchumi, young Gen Zs. Before these other supermarkets came, the Nakumats, the Tuskies, I don't know what, there used to be Uchumi. It was more of a monopoly. Because those days under the Kanu government, there's no competition, there's no open business competition. This Uchumi just one day collapsed because of poor management. And you know the people who made it collapse, some of them died as billionaires. You name it, isn't it? So this is what I'm going to say. Public universities in Kenya, in the next 10 years, there will be no university education in Kenya, or the universities will close down, customers will shrink, and all of them are going for the same customers. No strategy. There's virtual learning. If I want a degree, I can go online and go to a foreign university and get my degree. Why do I need a local university? And I need to work to survive. So majority of them collapse. Will just collapse. Will just close shop and collapse. Look at what has happened to the Democrats in America. They are not seeing the future. People are suffering. and them they thinking they know best. So that's why with time, just like the way the Democrats kicked out, uh, just the way the American citizens kicked out the Democratic Party, in the same way Kenyans will kick out public universities by going to other universities, more so online. Hmm? I'm saying Kenyan University Education collapse. It has collapsed, and it will collapse because there are no strategy, useless. So now, lecturers are on strike. They want pay increment. You can tell them for free. The government will pay, won't pay. That one you can take to the bank. Because the government, as it is, has no money. They're running the country on debts, on loans. Whatever they get here, they put it to pay salaries. We're generating nothing. And that's why university professors, me included, we have messed up. Education was supposed to give us knowledge and skills so that we become job creators. If you are a professor, even if you are teaching, you should be generating something. Let's say a factory, let's say a business, something that adds value to the common people, generates money for you and also for the country. You're a lecturer of physics, you should be having a laboratory doing research. You're an engineer, you should be having a factory somewhere of something. You're creating something. You are building something. Me, I'm a lecturer of education. I should be having a school, if it's possible. Something like that is possible, whereby I have a school and generating knowledge for people. That's what I'm talking about. Kenyan university education collapse. Because now, if people, universities more so, cannot survive, pay good salaries to lecturers, staff, and also the courses they have said, the courses they are teaching, all of them are teaching the same courses. There are too many of them. We are in the digital world, they have not gone digital. You want to cram students in the school every day. Students will just be going to university even twice a week. The other days they do their own things. If I'm teaching 3 hours, I can teach 2 hours. 1 hour the students can do research. So that even they're less in school, they're more outside and doing other things. You keep students in a school from Monday to Friday. How? If you are doing 7 courses, you say 2 hours are for it's called the lectures, 1 hour for research. That means you only need the students for 3 days a week. If someone is doing 7 courses, he can have it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe one day you have 3 courses, the next day you have 2, the third day you have 2. Yeah, let's say 3, 2, 2. Yeah, it's done. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days a week. The other day someone is free. Let them go research, earn some money outside there. So that's what I'm saying. We're not thinking. You do a timetable in such a way that in a week, out of the 5 days, a student is free 2 days. It's free 2 days. It's free 2 days. That's now plus if you add the weekends, those are 4 days. So students can do other things. They can be job creators, doing something that earns them money. And also, universities also need to what? Need to take on digital. Need to embrace. The word is embrace digital learning. You don't need everyone to be in one place. People can be far and learn. As long as at least once a month or twice they come and see the lecturer physically. But they are doing their things. Money for research brings in money for research. Digital learning, online learning. What else? As a university like Egerton, it used to be good in agriculture in the early 2000s, young Gen Zs. I was there. I did some things in Egerton. They were even doing, it's called, they were producing yogurt. It should have been a big brand selling yogurt, milk, and milk products across East Africa, earning the money. each university should have something, a factory, something that they produce. Apart from teaching and learning, academics, they should be having something on the parallel that gives them money, whether it's farming, whether it's a factory, whether it's creating things, whether it's enterprises. I'm telling you. So that's what I'm saying. Kenyan University Education collapse. Yes, it has collapsed. So this is the Professor Maima show. I want to pray for you who's watching me that you have a long life, that your dreams become a reality, that you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. And also that job reality, that first land for yourself reality, building a big flat reality, building a school for yourself reality, traveling out of this country reality, getting a good man or woman to start a family reality, children reality. Maybe your health is not so good. I pray that your health improves reality, and that you have a good life reality. And then I pray for myself to get money for a technological university, to train future entrepreneurs, provide job for the young Gen Zs, and produce a product that can be used here in Kenya and Africa and worldwide, and earn myself big money, and also big money for the Kenyan government. That's my prayers. Amen. So if you've liked what we have said on our channel, and support us on the mobile M-Pesa down there, +254 769 729 327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa, +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana.